shit's blazing, still my heart is blazing. If the word kill me, I don't need a new one. Under you, soon you will know. We already know the smell of the game.
I would love a Tim Drake TV show. Personally, he's one of my favorite Robins. I think since everybody else is getting content, maybe Tim should too. The Tim show would start off with him being a normal kid, kinda like Dick Grayson. He's trying to figure out who Batman and Robin is because they're his heroes. He studies them, he finds out much about them. Around this time, he would figure out Batman's identity and become the next Robin because Batman needs a Robin. This would make Tim different from the other Robins because he'd be the only one who chooses to become a Robin. Tim would notice that he's different than the other Robin. He would be stuck in Dick and Jason's shadow. He'd realize this and receive what I'd like to call a Robin lesson from Dick. And he started to develop as his own Robin, as a fighter and as a detective. But then something would come in, or should I say, someone. Enters Stephanie Brown, the spoiler, daughter of Cluemaster, the Disney World version of the Riddler. Tim and Steph would meet in school, as teens do. Steph is the new girl, but when it's dark, she's not just a girl. She puts on the spoiler outfit to put a stop to her dad's weird, funky plans. Of course, there'd be some weird love plot between the two on some miraculous ladybug type beat.
Sorry, I thought I saw a wasp.
Do you love me too?
Excuse me?
Here goes Pam Fox, or one of Tim's other love interests. Of course, Tim would choose Stephanie, and this would be his anchor to normal life, making Tim become torn between his Robin life and his girlfriend, Stephanie. But Steph, being the boss she is, helps Tim split his time between being the Robin he needs to be and the teen he wants to be. But even this has its problems. Didn't start the Knightfall arc. One day, Tim was watching a movie with Steph, so Batman decided to go stop the fight at Blackgate on his own. This would be where Batman would get his back broken after fighting Bane. Tim went to the Batcave, and Dick gave him a speech about how it's not Tim's fault, but this didn't stop him. Tim, feeling bad and noticing there is an uptick in crime since Batman has been out of order, begins to convince Dick to become Batman. Of course, Dick refuses, and Tim tries to take over the mantle himself, doing well until Jason Todd, the second Robin, starts killing criminals. And killing criminals is a big no-no. This was Jason crossing the line, so of course, Tim and Jason had to fight. Tim and Jason would fight, and Tim does win. But Jason does continue being a hero, named the Red Hood. Jason would still be a Bat family member, so he can't beat up Tim. So instead, they have a constant rivalry in sparring matches. During this time, the arc would really highlight Tim's differences as a Robin, even fighting style wise. Dick is an acrobat, Jason is a brawler, but Tim is neither. He's a tactician and a detective that's on the same level as Bruce. Since Tim isn't athletic, he would use whatever he could to his advantage, unlike Jason, who would just punch you. Eventually, Batman would be healed, Tim would go back to being Robin, but not in the same way. Tim would become the Red Robin, and Stephanie loves this. I would always imagine Tim having a design similar to this, and Red Robin looking like this. I like this Red Robin design because it has more Batman-like features, showing that he's more like Batman than that of a Robin, as he would care more about heroing than being a team. Red Robin, similar to the comic appearances, would be a great detective and an amazing martial artist. Spoiler would be Tim's main love interest, so a lot of care would go into her design. Something like the New 52, she'd even act very similar to her and worry about her place in the Bat family. Dick would have a similar design to Arkham, and so would the second Robin, although I do love his task force design. Of course, Tim would have an interesting relationship with all the Robins, such as brotherly relation with Dick, but more of a rivalry with Damian and Jason, even getting into fights with them at times. But I'd say this would just make him become a better Robin. I always imagined him being a perfectionist and untrusting, similar to Batman, maybe even planning like him. And I can't forget his most important relation with Bruce. The Bat would have to learn not only be a better mentor, but a better father. After Tim's parents were killed, Batman would be forced to learn how to help Tim out, making him and Tim's bond better, even making Tim a better Robin. But this is what I imagine the Tim Drake show being like. It's a cool concept that a lot of people would love, and you don't have to take this exact video, even make your own plot. Feel free to comment on it or even talk about it amongst yourselves. Reese's Pieces.